She gave an unabashed smile when her idea was praised, showing she felt no shame. Are unabashed, not embarrassed or ashamed, obvious without apology. তার মনে কোনো রকম ক্ষোভ ছিল না। She gave an unabashed smile, কোনো অ্যাপোলজি ব্যাপারে, হোয়েন হার আইডিয়া ওয়াজ প্রেসড, স্বভাবতই তার আইডিয়াকে প্রেস করা হয়েছে, সেই জন্য তার তো খুশি হবে। শি ফেল্ট নো শেম, কোনো লজ্জা ও প্রকাশ করেনি। দ্যাট ইজ শি ফেল্ট অ্যান শি গেভ অ্যান আনঅ্যাবাস্ড স্মাইল। অ্যাকচুয়ালি স্মাইলের ক্ষেত্রেই এই আনঅ্যাবাস্ডটা ইউজ হয়। আবার এটাও বলতে পারি যে শি গেভ অ্যান আনঅ্যাবাস্ড গ্রিন হোয়েন প্রেসড। Unabashed, unashamed, bold. So unabashed means bold, unashamed. You told everyone you liked the song. Yes, I love it. Unabashedly I loved the song. She gave an unabashed smile when her idea was praised, showing she felt no shame. That means she is happy. So she gave an unabashed smile when her idea was praised, showing she felt no shame. And other what can I say? She gave an unabashed grin when praised. Unabashedly I liked the movie. Unabashedly I liked the movie. Open and obvious. You are a slacker, always hands in work late. Slacker মানে অলস। You are a slacker, always hands in work late. You are a slacker, always hands in work late. Tim is a slacker who always hands in work late. So slacker means always. Slacker person, a person who avoids work or responsibility. See, that person is slacker who avoids work or responsibility. He was labeled a slacker after missing deadlines and doing the minimum required. Why he was labeled? If say someone, he was labeled a slacker after missing deadlines and doing the minimum required. So what can I say? Slacker বাংলায় হচ্ছে অলস। He was faced by the news. He was faced by the news. But what? Disturbed. She was disturbed by the news. Why? Disturbed, worried, thrown off, affected emotionally. She was faced by the criticism. She calmly explained her choices. It can be said that she was faced by the bad news. Bad news if disturb করতে পারে, she was faced by the bad news. Why? Faced means disturbed, worried, thrown off, affected emotionally. Next, she was not faced by the criticism. She calmly explained her choices. He was not faced by the criticism. She calmly explained her choices. So she was not faced, means she was not disturbed by the criticism. She calmly explained her choices. So that word means face by the criticism. She calmly explained her choices. He was not faced by the criticism. She calmly explained her choices. He was faced by the bad news. মানে best faced হচ্ছে disturbed, worried, thrown off. That is faced. Now they describe the corrupt officials' action is execrate, calling for strict punishment. Execrate মানে হচ্ছে detestable, deserving a strong dislike or abhorrence, ঘৃণার যোগ্য. They describe the corrupt official action as execrate, corrupt official corrupt, so the action is also as execrate, calling for strict punishment. Because her action was so execrate, he need a strict punishment. So this is this is the word execrate. What can you say about execrate? Execrate is a very abhorrent অ্যাভারেন্স মানে খুব ঘৃণার যোগ্য জিনিস, যেটাকে আমরা এক্সেক্রিট বলছি, ভেরি ডিটেস্টেবল, অ্যাভারেন্ট। দে কল্ড দ্য ক্রাইম এক্সেক্রিট অ্যান্ড ডিমান্ডেড জাস্টিস। দে কল্ড দ্য ক্রাইম এক্সেক্রিট অ্যান্ড ডিমান্ডেড জাস্টিস। দ্য ক্রাইম সবসময় এক্সেক্রিটই হয়, অ্যাভারেন্স, করাপ্ট। They describe the corrupt officials' action as execrate, calling for strict punishment. So you can make many other sentences with the word execrate, and you have to study the meaning of the word execrate, that is abhorrence, very abhorrent. Execrate, this describe the corrupt official's action as execrate, calling for strict punishment. The several times you heard this word and make the sentences. Next question. He delivered a fervid speech. He delivered a fervid speech. Fervid means intensely passionate or enthusiastic. Intensely passionate and enthusiastic. খুব উৎসাহজনক speech. When the word is a speech, তুমি তখন বলতে পারো he delivered what fervid speech. fervid বলতে তখন বোঝাচ্ছে যে intensely passionate. His fervid support for the team was obvious. He painted his face, cheered loudly every game. His fervid support for team was obvious. He painted his face and cheered loudly for every game. The one person used to make his face at the cricket. The child gave an insolent answer to the teacher. It is a very tough question. Insolent means boldly rude or disrespectful in speech or behavior. Boldly rude or disrespectful in speech or behavior. The child gave an insolent answer to the teacher. Boldly rude or disrespectful in speech or behavior. The student insolent reply to the teacher earned him a detention. So you cannot reply in very insolent way. The insolent, very rude, disrespectful speech or behavior, that is called insolent. So what is insolent? Next. A fraudulent attempt to obtain sensitive information by pretending to be a trustworthy source. That is phishing. But phishing happens every time on the internet basis. Fraudulent messages that try to trick people into giving sensitive information. That is called phishing. It actually happens where? Usually by email or message. A fraudulent attempt to obtain sensitive information by pretending to be a trustworthy source, usually by email or message. That is called phishing. Phishing, not fishing. That is fish. বাংলায় যেটাকে মাছ বলা হয়, fishing. So now the sentence, how will be the sentence? She almost gave her bank details to a phishing email that looked like it came from her bank. She almost, it happens nowadays very often. It happens nowadays very often because phishing email. She almost gave her bank details to a phishing email that looked like it came from her bank. She almost gave her bank details to a phishing email that looked like it came from her bank. Next, phishing is a very fraudulent message that try to trick people into giving sensitive information. And scamming, you can say it's scamming, spoofing, SPOOFING, spoofing. It can also say scamming or spoofing. The email, sometimes that email asked for your password. Yes, it was a phishing. That email asked for your password, it was phishing. I was not trying to be insolent. Now the question is, I was not trying to be insolent. So what you will say? Say 3 times, I was not trying to be insolent. That means boldly rude, disrespectful in speech or behavior. Boldly rude, disrespectful speech in behavior. Disrespectful speech. The boldly rude. I was not trying to be insolent. That is. The child gave an insolent answer to the teacher. Your tone was harsh. I was not trying to be insolent. Your tone was harsh. If someone says your tone was harsh, and what you will answer? I was not trying to be insolent. That is an insolent answer. That is known for insolent. So what can you say? Another words. That student insolent reply to the teacher earned him detention. আমরা আগেও দেখেছি এটা। That is insolent. Insolent means rude. এটাকে বারবার শুনে প্র্যাকটিস করো।